it out. It is 25-26 MVP hockey. It is the first hockey of the season from Upper Deck, and I've got it. I've got a big box here. There is 7 cards per pack, but there are 36 packs in this box. This is no blaster. This is a biggin, and we're going to get into it today. I'm excited to be opening some hockey. It's been a while. The hockey season is around the corner. Just got done working training camp with the Dallas Stars. I've mentioned before that I work for the Stars. I have worked for the Boston Bruins in Boston and worked at the University of Vermont, as you can see over there, the puck in the background. I've been around hockey for a long time for work and as a fan. So I have a lot of stories about a lot of players. We'll see if we get some of them in here today. There we go. That's how you open these. Get these boxes so rarely that don't even know how to open these anymore. And then I think you can do one of these numbers, and that's the way they would be on display for sale at certain places. But I'm having trouble with the box because the packs are in there. You know what? It's just loaded with packs. It is good to see that a box just so juicy with packs after usually getting blasters or just hangers, and just this is just robust. It's almost too big to even keep on camera. I'm just going to keep it off to the side here. We are joined today by some hockey ducks. I also have a new angle here for the card openings. We'll see how this goes. And let's get right into this thing. The MVP card is not sexy. It is not amazing. It is a pretty basic card. It is one of the most basic cards they come out with on the year. There's not even any autos in this product from what I believe I see. So we're really just looking for some inserts, and we're looking for the rookies of this new class. Arturi Lehkonen right there. And he got some rising to the occasion of Zach Werenski. We'll go ahead and put that in the back. For now, it's one of our better cards. Fiala, Duckhord, and Brad Marchand. Ugh. Gross. I dislike Brad Marchand. He was with the Bruins when I worked there. Just a terrible role model for children. Whenever I would see somebody in the Marchand jersey, I'd just be like, what are you doing? Come on. He was licking guys back then and just kind of like, really? And then he'd come to the rink with his kids, and you'd be like, oh, you're a dad? You're making people? That doesn't seem right. But who knows? Maybe he's a good dad. Who knows? Jake Gunsel. Sebastian Aho. Tim Stutzel. There's a rookie, Jack Finley, Jacob Markstrom, Jack Hughes, and Simon Edvinsson. I am a Canadiens fan by birth, so I'll cover up that Bruins logo as fast as I can. Ooh, a lot of glare over there on the Jack Finley. Let's go like that. And it was weird to work for the Bruins as a Montreal Canadiens fan. My mom was not happy about it. But it's where my career took me, and I wasn't mad about it. I enjoyed working there. Didn't work for the Bruins per se. They just rented ice from us at their practice facility, so it was a little removed from the team, which is good. Jonathan Marchessault, Yegor Sharavonich, Andrei Svechnikov. Oh, we got a mascot sticker. That's Wild Wing right there. That is fun. The mascot stickers, I think, are on the rarer side. There's definitely a couple of different mascot options in this thing. Wild Wing's a good one to get. Joseph Wall, Matthew Barzal, and Jonathan Huberdeau. Yeah, it is. I am the man who plays Vic right now for the Dallas Stars, and it is nice to see a little bit behind the scenes of a mascot. So I appreciate the hard work they put in. That's got to be a difficult job. Bo Harvat, Aiden Hill, Anders Lee, Cam Lund on the rookie, J.J. Peterka, Nathan McKinnon, and then the Wall, Samuel Montembeau. And I'm going to put that up just because that's going to go on my PC. And Nate McKinnon is a stud. So I'm going to throw that up there, too. There are the silver signatures in these somewhere. That's one of the more popular MVP variants. I don't know if they're still doing the gold as well. They used to be numbered. I'm not sure if they do those anymore. Those are probably the biggest MVP insert of note. But it's good to see that they've added the mascots back again this year because they have been missing from some of the past years. We got Eric Carlson, Cutter Gauthier, Jesper Bratt. Oh, we got a hello, my name is of Joachim Kemmel. And it's a good thing they made this card because I don't know who he is. So yeah, hopefully if I ever run into him in real life, he's wearing this as well. Hello, my name is Joachim Kemmel. That's a good idea for an insert. It's a sticker, right? It is actually a sticker. You can kind of feel the stickery vibe. So maybe he would be wearing that if I met him. Hey, there's a silver signature right there. Ivan Barbashev, Caden Guile, and Pavel Zacha. I'm going to go ahead and put Goulet. Sorry, I think it might be Goulet. Ivan Barbashev on the silver signature. Not numbered, but it is silver script. So because it's silver script, I'm going to put it over Nate McKinnon for now. And as you can see here on the breaker mat, Court Cousins is our podcast we do about the Orlando Magic with my cousin. And you can check out our eBay store of the same name, Court Cousins, where I sell a lot of this stuff. I knew that I got this box for $41 on eBay, and I knew that just in team sets and player sets, I would be able to make my money back on that. So this is a complete win for me today. In fact, I did about $45 in eBay sales in the last 3 or 4 days, so that more than covers this box. It's a good effective buy for someone who's just looking to start a collection. It's good for the youth. You don't have to pay a lot to get into these. Mikhail Sergachev, and you get a lot of cards. This is a huge box. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Pavel Buchnevich, and another mascot sticker. It's Thunderbug. Carter Verhaeghe, Zach Werenski, and Seth Jones. Another mascot sticker of the Thunderbug. I'm going to put it over the Jack Finley rookie. And the beat goes on. This box is still very, very full. So that is fun. I feel like all these cards that you currently see on the stands might be covered up with better cards before we're done. There's our first Dallas Star. It is the netminder, Jake Ottinger. Then we've got Sam Reinhart, Josh Norris. We've got another Zach Werenski insert coming to your rink. Kirill Marshashenko and Zach Werenski. I mean, we just don't need Columbus Blue Jacket inserts. They're barely a franchise. So that stinks. Nick Suzuki on an actual franchise, Montreal Canadiens, Noah Dobson, and William Eklund. Man, I tell you what, I never get tired of looking at those Sharks jerseys. Those are sharp. Okay, so we've got an Ottinger and a Nick Suzuki. So we'll put Suzuki over here. And what am I going to do with you, Jake? I've got to put you up. I got to have a Dallas Stars stand. I'm going to cover up the Blue Jackets. Who cares about those inserts? The Blue Jackets, man, they don't deserve inserts. I don't like an opposing team. Obviously, I'm a Canadiens and a Dallas Stars fan. I just don't get that franchise. And I've been to Columbus. They have a lovely rink. They have a great practice facility, which is attached right to the rink. But it's just weird. It's a weird spot for an NHL team to exist. It just doesn't feel like it's a real hockey team. And the team's always kind of stunk. I don't even think they've ever won a playoff series. Fabian Zetterlund, Anze Kopitar, Nico Hirscher. We got a coming to your rink of Connor Bedard and Tyler Bertuzzi. That's kind of fun. And we're going to cover up the Barbashev silver script. Nazem Kadri, Jake Wallman, and Sebastian Kosa. Yeah, if you're not paying attention, you might miss a silver script. I remember in years past, I would open them all and then sometimes find a silver script later. But I got a little bit of a more keen eye for that now. The beat goes on. This one's going to be a long one because it's a big box. But it's a good way to start off the NHL season. I just did a Dallas Stars one where I opened up some team packs recently. check that out, and actually made a specialized logo of the Card Cousins logo incorporating the Dal Stars. A little bit of a, hopefully nobody at work minds that I did that. just thought it would be fun for the one show. Drew Doughty, Miro Heiskanen, co-worker, Dustin Wolf, Olivier Rodrigue. Interesting. Didn't want to finish off with Rodriguez. Gabe Velarde. George Slavskovsky. There he is. And Jake DeBrusk. Oh, DeBrusk is on the Vancouver Canucks. He was with the Bruins when I was there. A lot of the ladies liked Jake DeBrusk. But a lot of ladies like a lot of hockey players. Hockey players, if they're a handsome dude, at all handsome, as long as they're not super ugly, the women are into them. I don't know if you've noticed. A lot of beautiful women like hockey players. Guess it really shouldn't be shocking, but man, it's out there. The Puck Bunnies, as they're called. Always looking out for the fellas. Lucas Raymond, Noah Hannafin, Owen Power. We've got a mascot sticker of Blades. Another for a former coworker of mine. He's actually the man who plays him is very, very short. He is not at all menacing when he is in the costume. I'm going to go ahead and put him over the Thunderbug. Actually displaying something Bruins, which is tough for me to do, but got to give my respect to that guy. Nice guy. But too short. Too short. When you're a bear and you're supposed to be a mascot, you got to be big. I guess probably because he's shorter, maybe the kids don't feel as threatened, but I don't know. It's a weird vibe. All right, here we go. We got Frank Nazar, Trevor Zegras, Evgeny Malkin, Morgan Riley on the silver script, UC Saros, Igor Shesterkin, and Mika Zibanejad. Do not care for the Leafs as a Canadiens fan. I feel like they're kind of a waste of a team. I mean, they should exist, but they just stink all the time. It's kind of the point where there's a few years where I'm kind of like actually pulling for them because they're just so bad. They can't get out of their own way. Victor Hedman, Owen Tippett, Matvey Michinkov. I think we've got another Hello, My Name Is coming here, and it's Colton Dock of the Chicago Blackhawks. Anthony Cirelli, Connor Geeky, and Matt Boldy make out the rest of the pack. Colton Dock. Do not know much about him either, so this must be what they're doing with the rookies. That's a cool rookie parallel. Hopefully one of those guys is the next big thing, and I'm missing out on it. I haven't seen a rookie name that is ringing a bell with me right yet, but it's not like in college football or basketball where you saw the guys in college, and so you kind of have a little bit of name recognition. Sometimes you don't know these guys when they're drafted, so don't always know the rookies. Connor Garland, Vincent Trocheck, Jared McCann. Something shiny comes this way. It's mascot battle. It's Bernie versus Finn, the Avalanche versus the Vancouver Canucks. And that's a fun insert. Again, incorporating the mascots in there. I love it. I think it's good for a lot of stuff, but in particular, I think it's good for the kids because this is a cheap product that kids are probably going to buy or open or rip. Honestly, if your kid likes hockey and you can't fork out $40 to $50 to buy one of these boxes for them, I mean, your kid should be taken away. You know, just do it. Get them in the hobby. Get them some stuff they enjoy. It's a fun time. We got Alex Tuck. We got Kirill Kaprizov. Quinn Hughes. Rookie of Owen Sillinger. Now, I feel like I have heard this name mentioned. And I got to assume if he's on the Blue Jackets, he was probably a high draft pick because they stink, as I've pointed out already. He made his debut last year in January, this says. So that's probably why I've heard of him. May have even seen him play. Zach Hyman, Dmitry Voronkov, and Ryan O'Reilly. You'll notice if you follow us here on the channel regularly, I'm actually doing better with the hockey names. than I would the baseball names, because I follow a little bit more hockey, so I'm more familiar with some of these guys. And the baseball names, they come from different places, so I don't always know a way to pronounce their names. But I'm pretty hip to the Slavic names and the Russian names and how to say them. So Matthew Tkachuk right there. Tage Thompson. Mitch Marner. We've got a rising to the occasion of Artem Levshanov. That's a cool card. Good insert. Nice and shiny. Not super familiar with him. Gotta assume he's another rookie on the scene. I know the Blackhawks are rebuilding, and they're very, very young. Forsberg, Clark, and Chris Letang to close out that pack. Where are you going to go, Artem? Where are we going to put you? I don't want to cover up Connor Bedard over there, but we'll just make a little side pile right here. How about that? Still feels like we have over half the box here. So we are going strong. Sean Couturier. Jonathan Lekermaki. Adrian Kemp. Samuel Girard. Connor Bedard. Tyler Bertuzzi. There they are. Shea Theodore. There they were, back to back. Right there and on the coming to your rink. Blackhawks fans, gotta be loving so far what I've opened and pulled in this box. Doop-doo. And most of this stuff is going to go up on eBay at some point. On Court Cousins is our eBay store. Check that out. Like and subscribe, by the way, while you're here. I mean, not enough people are subscribed. People are watching, but they're not subscribing. Just do it. It's fun. It takes 2 seconds. I'm not asking you to hit the bell. You don't need notifications when I have a new video. Just come check it out when on your time. Patrick Laine right there. I think he's about to have a big season for the Canadians. You know what? It's weird that they have the Blue Jackets logo on that corner, but they have the Canadians marked on the card as being, oh, that's just a guy in the background. Never mind. Ooh. It looks like it's supposed to be on the card, but that's actually just a fan in the stands. Never mind. Matt Zuccarello, Alexis Lafreniere, another mascot sticker of the New Jersey Devil, Rasmus Dahlin, Robert Thomas, and Anton Liddell. I'm going to put him in front of Wild Wing. I've been to New Jersey for a couple of games. I think it's a great atmosphere there. I've always had a lot of respect for the Devils. I had a lot of respect for Brodeur back in the day. But both the times I've been to games there, I was rooting for the away team. I went twice with my friend that I met here in Texas, once to watch the Canadians and once to watch the Dallas Stars, and both visiting teams won. Travis Sanheim, Sidney Crosby, Austin Matthews. We have a Jack Hughes net presence from those same New Jersey Devils. All right, that's fun. We haven't seen that insert yet. I'm going to put it over here. Just right there for now. Kyle Connor, Ilya Sorokin, and Nikita Kucherov to close out the pack. Yeah, when I was at that game in New Jersey, the Montreal game, I was wearing my Canadiens jersey with my last name on it. And another man came up to me and he says, "Is that your last name?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's my last name." And I was like, wow. And we started talking, and we both realized that we were both from the same area in Vermont, which is very obscure. When you're anywhere in the world and you meet somebody else from Vermont, or if you're from a small area and you meet someone else from there, you're like, wow. But this guy was actually like from the same town. Like he had grown up a street away from like where my family had. It seemed like there was no relation. I know there was a couple people with the same last name, but anyway, you're like, yeah, move on with the cards, funny man. Jacob Slavin, Adam Fantilli, Cale Makar. We got a hello, my name is Donovan Zebrongo of the Ottawa Senators. I do not care for that team, but we shall see if this gentleman is one of the next great players. Hopefully, he'll just be on the Ottawa Senators for a little while and then move to another team that actually does stuff and tries to win. Travis Konecny, Yaroslav Askarov, and Adam Fox to close out that pack. I'd say we're probably at the halfway point here, just based on me reaching into this stack of packs. I'm having fun. I like it. I know I'm not going to pull anything big out of this, but for $41 for this box, I know I'm going to get my money back on it. So, in one way, shape, or form. Leo Carlson, Brock Faber, Jason Robertson, a coworker, Braden Point, rising to the occasion. That's a good one. Artemi Panarin, Nick Foligno, and Lane Hudson. All right. I was on the hunt for Lane Hudson's last year for rookie cards. Got a number of good ones. We'll still be on the hunt for those. I think he has a chance to be just a generational talent. And I love the Habs as my favorite team, but I think they're loaded for bear. I think they're coming. So if you want to put some long shot money down, put it on the Habs. They're going to do some stuff. A lot of talent on that team. Been down for a while, but they're back. They're ready. John Tavares, Logan Cooley, Matt Coronado, Mason McTavish on the silver signature right there. Good times. Connor McDavid, Mikhail Granlund, a former coworker of mine. He's no longer with the Stars, but since he's featured with the Stars here and was part of our Finnish Mafia, he will go into my PC. Yes, if you like to buy stuff and you're going to Court Cousins' eBay store, just know there's not a lot of Montreal Canadiens or Dallas Stars stuff there. That's about the only stuff you won't find there. Although there is some other Dallas Stars stuff, but not cards. So don't stay away completely. There's definitely some fun stuff on there. That's Dallas Stars now I think about it. Kirill Marchenko, Mackenzie Blackwood, Jordan Kyrou, mascot sticker of Bailey from the LA Kings, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Nick Schmaltz, and Stefan Nosinen. We'll just put them right over the devil there. I think it was a good idea with the Kings to go with a lion as their mascot, the king of the jungle. Well done. And here we go. We've got a lot of mascot stuff. I like it. Dylan Holloway, JT Miller, Mark Stone, Elias Pettersson, rookie. I am confused by that card. Okay. I must be confusing him with somebody else. I did not think he was a rookie, but I have heard of him, so that's got to be a good one. Steve Stamkos, Jaden Schwartz, and Linus Ullmark. Linus, as a matter of fact, Linus is a Buffalo Bills fan. I talked to him when he was with the Bruins, and he saw me with my Bills hat on once, and we talked about the Buffalo Bills for a while, which was pretty random, I thought. But he had played for the Buffalo Sabres, and I think that's how he got into football. Oh, righty. Charlie McAvoy, another former coworker of mine. Nice kid. He was young when I was there. Joel Farabee. Troy Terry. Hey, there's another one. David Pastrnak on the rising to the occasion. And that will lead me to a David Pastrnak story in a second. Clayton Keller, Dylan Strome, and Kent Johnson. This man right here, David Pastrnak, one time came into my office wearing just underwear and was asking where the standings were. He was looking for the stands. He had some friends in town, and they were watching practice, and then afterwards came up to my office in just his underwear. You know what? He's a good-looking man. He's in shape, I'm just going to say. But he's not for me, but it was interesting. It was more of him than I would have liked to have seen in my office. And my office, by the way, was all decorated with Montreal Canadiens stuff, so that always would confuse anybody who would come by. Brandon Hagel, Chandler Stevenson, Stuart Skinner, Gabe Perreault on the rookie, Thomas Hurdle, Rupe Hintz, Alex DeBrincat, one of my favorite coworkers, Rupe Hintz. Just love the name Rupe Hintz. Rupe is rocking, his hair right now is almost bleach blonde. It's a real interesting look for him. I'm assuming that's not just for training camp. You'll probably see it as the season opens. If you're watching the Dallas Stars. Leon Draisaitl, Barrett Hayton, Jack Eichel, Bowen Byram, Braden Point, and William Nylander. Oh, no special card, nothing fun in there. Just a pack full of... Oh, wait a minute. Behind Jack Eichel is a mascot sticker of Nordy. I was going to say, it's weird there's nothing in there. But there is a mascot sticker of Nordy. And we'll go ahead and put it over here. I pulled out the Jack Eichel to tell a brief Jack Eichel story. He is from, as you can see on this card, North Chelmsford, Massachusetts. I once worked at the Chelmsford Forum in Chelmsford, and a lot of his family would come by. He didn't actually skate there then, but while I was working there, he had his first and only season at BU, and watched him play when he was at BU, and he just looked like a man among boys, even as a freshman. He was just so much better than everybody out there out playing. College hockey's very good, but when you have a superstar like that out there, it's very apparent that they're better. And it was a pleasure to watch him play at BU and then get drafted and then later see him in the NHL. And as much as it sucked that the Knights beat the Stars in that postseason on their way to their cup, I am glad that he won a Stanley Cup. Good kid, hard worker. Bravo to you. Brady Tkachuk, Sean Monahan, Darcy Kemper. We've got a net presence of Sam Reinhart. Now two-time Stanley Cup champion Sam Reinhart on the net presence. Will Smith, Max Domi, and Michael Bunting. Just a huge, look at this stack of base I've got over here, ladies and gentlemen. This thing's massive. That is a huge stack of base. Just loaded for bear. It's all going to go in team sets and player sets with, you know, other types of cards from the past and probably the future. Although Upper Deck doesn't make a ton of different sets. But I'll definitely be getting more as the season goes on. Nolan Allen, Cole Caulfield. Oh, back-to-back. We've got Mikko Rantanen. I'll put this down because I have a Mikko story. Underneath there is Finn, mascot sticker for the Canucks. I am collecting those at a rapid rate. Claude Giroux, John Carlson, Dylan Guenther, and Nolan Allen. So I had a brief conversation with Mikko Rantanen the other day. It was on the ice, as a matter of fact. And that was a really sexy lead-in just to tell you that as I walked on the ice, he said, "Oh, do we have to get off the ice?" And I said, "Yes, we have a game on this ice in 15 minutes. And he said, "Oh, we will start picking up the pucks." Of course, he had an accent. I'm not going to try to duplicate it. But it was nice to have a little convo with Mikko. And it was nice to know that they weren't too mad that we had to get him going for another group that was on after them. Jordan Bennington, Morgan Riley, Darnell Nurse, the silver editions. There's, you can kind of get a good look at the difference of the silver script versus the regular card. Elias Pettersson. Okay, that's who I thought we were getting earlier. And it is. What is up with that? What is happening here? There's Elias Pettersson that's a defenseman, and there's one that's a center, and they're both on the Canucks? What is this madness? Ah, that's crazy. I gotta have to investigate that. That's weird. Wyatt Johnston, another coworker right there. And I feel like there was something in here that was going to lead me to a story. No, probably just Jordan Bennington being on the front. Thank you for winning that Stanley Cup over the Bruins in 2019. Oh, I worked for the Bruins then, and man, people were like, "Oh, what if the Bruins win? Will you get a ring?" And I'm like, I didn't want to be any part of that. So thanks for not making me have to choose that, Jordan. I also didn't have to hang up any Stanley Cup championship banners for the Bruins while I worked there. Whew. Yeah. God bless you. Moritz Seider. Mark Scheifele. Ooh, we've got to come into your rink. Quite literally, they are coming to my rink almost every day. Jason Robertson and Jake Ottinger. That is a great card. I am glad to add that to my PC, and behind it, a Brock Besser silver signature. Pieter Kochevek. You know what? I gotta look into this guy's name. Kochakov is my guess. Dougie Hamilton, and there's David Pasternak. All right, we're getting down here. Let's see how many packs we got left. Let's pull it out. Put this box featuring Nate McKinnon, who you got to respect. There's the box again, showing you what's in there. All right, we've got, what do we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs left. It's been fun. This has been a long video. We're almost at 30 minutes. This is probably our longest video we've done since Kyle and I were doing stuff together. Jake Sanderson, Sergei Bobrovsky, Bo Horvat, Ozzy Weisblatt rookie, Dylan Larkin, Alexander Barkov, and J.J. Paterka. But, you know, this one's different because it's a bigger box. It's in hockey, which is it's a game I'm close to and have been for years. So it leads me to tell stories. Back in the, you know, wasn't that long ago when I was at UVM, and there was a lot of players there that I would see that would go on to greatness. Most of those players from the time I was there have now worked their way out of the league. Anders Lee, Mikhail Sergachev. We've got a hello, my name is Dylan Duke of the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we'll put him over here with the other hello names. We got a Nathan McKinnon, Samuel Montembeault again, and a Carter Verhaeghe. And I think that's the second Samuel Montembeault, but I'm still going to put it over there with all of the Habs. I can't wait to sort all this. You know how much I love to sort if you follow the channel at all. So I will get to sort this into team sets first, and then later I go through the team sets, and as I'm putting them together, I'll take stars out and make sets of those. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Pavel Buchnevich, Fabian Zetterlin, and we've got William Nylander rising to the occasion. If rising to the occasion is losing in the first round, he is hitting that mark. Zach Werenski, Seth Jones, Nazem Kadri. That's right, shots were just fired. And if they were shot from the Maple Leafs, they would miss the net. Ooh, he's got it. All right, we got 3 packs left here. This is definitely $41 worth of fun, by far. Andrei Vasilevsky, Teuvo Tiranainen, Philip Gustafson. We've got the mascot sticker of Sparta Cat. That is just a weak-ass looking wannabe lion. Colton Parayko, Alex Ovechkin, and Jason Zucker. Not going to put you in the front, Sparta Cat, because you're too weird looking. And you know what, Finn? We're going to put you to the back. We're going to put Wild Wing back in the front. He was the first one we got. Pretty fun. We'll go back over all this stuff at the end. I usually like to keep my videos short, but at this point, we're well over 30 minutes, so fuck it. Let's go. We'll get in depth. We'll have some fun. All right. Penultimate pack is John Morrissey, Matty Beignets, and it should be pronounced beignets. I won't have any of this Beniers stuff. Rickard Raquel, coming to your rink, Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar. I wish they would stop by. Couple of gems. Gonna put them over the Connor Bedard. The Avs used to be my second favorite team before I moved here. They have kind of a rivalry with the Stars, so I had to put that all away. It is what it is. Tyler Toffoli, Marco Rossi, and Cole Perfetti. Still, you know, I loved a lot of those Joe Sakic teams. Patrick Waugh was one of my favorites as a kid, which is why I moved to the Avalanche, or liking the Avalanche. But Habs have always been number one, for sure. So now the Stars have moved into the 2-hole, pushing the Avs to the 3-hole, but I don't really advertise it much around here. Jordan Eberle, Tom Wilson, Jeremy Swayman, who's a good kid from Maine, Nikolai Ehlers, Brian Rust, Macklin Celebrini, and Morgan Geeky, which is a ridiculous last name, but I'm guessing if you grow up with the last name Geeky, you're probably pretty tough. That is it. Yeah, Jeremy Swayman started with the Bruins when I was there. Good kid, went to UMaine. Not as good as University of Vermont. He could have made better choices with his college, but you know, he ended up where he needed to be. All right, so there was some good stuff in here. I got a lot of these rising to the occasions of some star players. Net presence. We got a bunch of silver signatures in here. There's Besser and Nurse. We got a lot of these. Hello, my name is. Sorry, I bumped the camera and it came disconnected there for a second, but we're back. Dylan Duke, Donovan Sabrango, Colton Dock, Joakim Kamel. There's another one back here, I thought. Nope. Okay. Those are cool. We got a lot of the mascot stuff. We got the mascot battle card, which I think this is the rarer insert of the mascot things, if I remember seeing on the back. I thought it was the stickers, but it ends up being the battle one. And then, yeah, we got a lot of these mascot stickers. We got Blades and Thunderbug and Wild Wing, Finn, Nordy, Bailey. I mean, these are fun. I like those. I'm not sure if they have value, but they're definitely fun. And if they don't have a ton of value, they'll end up in all the team packs that I sell. in our eBay store. Over here, we got those coming to the rinks. There's another couple silver signatures in there. Those are fun. And then I got a lot of my coworkers over here in the Dallas Stars. This coming to your rink card is really fun. I love that. I might bring that to work and put that on display in my desk just because that's a great insert, coming to your rink, for them to actually be coming to your rink. A couple of Blue Jackets there early on made me worried that there wasn't going to be anything of value in this box. And then for anyone who's a Hab fan or a Hab hater, if you hate the Habs, then yeah, I don't know what to do with you, but I understand it, because I understand they're a little bit like the Yankees of hockey. So you either love them or you hate them. But wow, and then look at this huge stack of base. We're just going to come in from the side here with this huge stack of base. It's gaudy. It's ridiculous. If this would be the tallest tower, oh, unbelievable. Rapunzel should be up here putting her hair down to have somebody rescue her. That's how tall it is. Anyway, that has been a big box of MVP, and I had a lot of fun opening it. 25, 26. I probably won't get any more MVP, but I would have gotten probably a couple blasters over the course of the season. But now I've got just a butt full of MVP already in this one box for $41 on eBay. You can find them there too. They're pretty cheap. Check out our store. If you're into the Orlando Magic of basketball, then check out Court Cousins, the podcast. Please like and subscribe here if you liked what you saw today. I want to do more stuff like this with these bigger boxes and get a little more in depth. And man, this was just a good time.